assembled devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shamara Sekha Devidasi and Nikunja Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So I am Tarun joining from Delhi, India.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining and giving us your association, Prabhuji. Let me give a little bit introduction of yours and then I will hand over to you, call Prabhuji. Manida Prabhuji, have you started the recording?
Yes, Mataji, the YouTube recording is started.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Tarun Prabhuji from Delhi, and today Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 6, Chapter 11, verse 19. And before starting the call, I would like to read the little bit introduction of Prabhuji. Prabhuji's spiritual master is His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and material qualification as Prabhuji is BTech in Information Technology. Yes, he had experience of 8 years in IT sector. He's worked with Accenture, PwC, Deloitte, fractal analytics, and are currently working with the Topsy. He worked in India, Australia, as well as in Denmark. And Prabhuji's spiritual background are Prabhuji practiced Krishna consciousness from last 18 years, and he's involved in different kind of services like youth preaching, kirtan, and book distribution. Prabhuji takes sessions in Prabhuji has taken sessions in IIT Delhi, Delhi Technological University, Delhi University, BITS Hyderabad, and many more. So we are really fortunate to have you, Prabhuji, on our conference call. We are very delightful to have you, Prabhuji, and please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. And whenever you are ready, please take over the call, Prabhuji.
So Puja Mataji, I just wanted to everybody to chant Hari Bol 3 times for greeting Prabhuji.
Mataji, definitely.
Coming first time.
Hari Bol. Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
And also Prabhuji is actually aspiring to be a disciple of Radhanath Maharaj. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, nice to see you, Prabhuji, also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I'm actually very much humbled to be in association of all of you. And it's my fortune that I am given a service to share something from Srimad Bhagavatam, although I am very much unqualified to speak on such highly exalted subject matters. But I got this service. So I pray to all of you and seek your blessings so that I can share something whatever I have heard from Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master, other Vaishnavas, so that I can share for your pleasure and my purification. So I'm just seeking blessings of all the devotees. So before starting, I was thinking we can sing one Vaishnava song. So I'll share my screen and show it. So screen sharing rights are disabled for me. So can someone grant me the access? Participant sharing is not enabled. Thank you. So is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So I'll recite 2 times. So second time devotees can also recite simultaneously. Ohe Vaishnav Thakur Doyar Sagar Idape Koruna Kori. Ohe वैष्णव ठाकुर दयार सागर हे दासे करुणा कोरी प्रिया पद छाया शोधो हे आमाया तुम्हार चरण धरी दिया पद छाया शोधो हे आमाया तुम्हार चरण धरी छाया बेग छाया दोष शोधी छाया गुण देह छाया बेग छाया दोष शोधी छाया गुण देह छाया सतन संके देहो है हमारा भूसे चितंगेर छाया सतन संगे देहो है हमारे भूसे चितंगेर एकाकी हमार नहीं पाया बल हरि नाम संकीर्तना एकाकी हमार नहीं पाया बल हरि नाम संकीर्तना तुम्ही कृपा करी बिंदु दिया देहो कृष्ण नाम धरे तुम्ही कृपा करी
बिंदु दिया देखो कृष्ण
नाम धरे कृष्ण से तुम्हार कृष्ण दीपे पार आमी तो कंगाल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोली दाय तव पाचे पाचे आमी तो कंगाल कृष्ण कृष्ण
बोले
दाय तव पाचे पाचे कृष्ण ठाकुर दयार सागर दासी कोरी
वैष्णव दया सागर दस खोली
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण
राम राम हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Rama Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Hare
Hari Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So I'll share the verse that we'll be discussing today. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, chapter 11, text number 19. Suresh kasmannahino shivajram pura sthite verini mayyamugham masam shaishtha nagadev vajra syanishvala kripanarthe vayachna. Suresh kasmannahino shivajram pura sthite verini mayyamugham Masam Shaisha Nagadev Vajra Syanishvala Kripanarthe Vayachna Suresh Kasman Nahino Shivajram Pura Sthite Verini Maya Mogam Masam Shaisha Nagadev Vajra Syanishvala Kripanarthe Vayachna. So any two devotees who would like to recite this verse? So devotees can unmute themselves and recite.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Shakasman hinoshi vajram purastite vairini mayat mogam ma sanshayishtha nagadeva vajraha sanishvalaha kripanarthe vayacha. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. So one more devotee can recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Suresh kasman hino shivajram purah sthite verini mayyamogham ma sanshaya ishta nagadev vajrah syanishvalah kripanarthe yachna.
Thank you. Sura Ish, O king of the demigods, Kasmat, why, not, Hinoshi, you hurl, Vajram, the thunderbolt, Purasthite, standing in front, Verini, your enemy, Mai, at me, Amogam, which is infallible, your thunderbolt, Ma, do not, Samshay Ishta, doubt, Na, not, Gadai, like the club, Vajra, the thunderbolt, Syat, maybe, Nishpala, with no result, Kripana, from a miserly person, Artha, for money, Eva, like, Yachna, a request. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. O king of the demigods, since I, your enemy, am standing before you, why don't you hurl your thunderbolt at me? Although your attack upon me with your club was certainly useless, like a request of money from a miser, the thunderbolt you carry will not be useless. You need have no doubts about
बघा
this.
कसं
Purport. When King threw his club at Vritrasur, Vritrasur caught it in his left hand and retaliated by using it to strike the head of Indra's elephant. Thus, Indra's attack was a disastrous failure. Indeed, Indra's elephant was injured and thrown back 14 yards. Therefore, even though Indra stood with the thunderbolt to hurl against Vritrasur, he was doubtful, thinking that the thunderbolt might also fail. Vritrasur, however, being a Vaishnava, assured Indra that the thunderbolt would not fail, for Vritrasur knew that it had been prepared in accordance with the instructions of Lord Vishnu. Although Indra had doubts because he could not
Hare Krishna.
understand that.
Sorry, Prabhuji. I think everybody has to mute the phone. Shamarasika Mataji, I think you have to mute the phone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
I
for the
muted.
interruption.
Yeah. Please. Although Indra had doubts because he could not understand that Lord Vishnu's order never fails, Vritrasur understood Lord Vishnu's purpose. Vritrasur was eager to be killed by the thunderbolt manufactured according to Lord Vishnu's instructions because he was sure that he would thus return home back to Godhead. He was simply waiting for the opportunity of the thunderbolts being released. In effect, therefore, Vritrasur told Indra, if you want to kill me, since I am your enemy, take this opportunity, kill me. You will gain victory and I shall go back to Godhead. Your deed will be equally beneficial for both of us. Do it immediately. It's very powerful. So we'll chant the prayers. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनुष्ठं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नामस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे Hare Krishna. So, I would like to thank all the devotees for giving me an opportunity to serve you all, to speak something from Srimad Bhagavatam, to share the message of Srimad Bhagavatam with you. So it's definitely for my purification. I am also a practicing devotee who is trying to fulfill the orders of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev. So I seek blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can share something and I can just please all the Vaishnavas out here. So Srimad Bhagavatam is defined as the Amal Puran or the spotless Puran by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why he has defined Srimad Bhagavatam as Amal Puran? Because in just the second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it has been defined, it is stated as Dharma Projito Kaitava Atra. that all kinds of cheating religions have been thrown out of this Bhagavatam. It doesn't talk about Gyan Bhakti, Karma Kand, or Ashtanga Yoga, or all these kind of yogic processes. It just talks about pure devotional service. That's it. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu claimed that Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Puran. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many stories which are related to Krishna as well as related to his devotees. So once Lord Shiva told Mother Parvati, it's stated in Padma Puran that Lord Shiva tells to Mother Parvati that Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param Matta Partaram Devi Tadiya Nam Samarchanam. So Lord Shiva states that of all kinds of worship, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnur Aradhanam Param. The topmost worship is of Lord Vishnu. But Matta Partaram Devi, Hey Devi, the worship of devotees of Lord Vishnu is even above Lord Vishnu. Tadiya Nam Sama Archanam. Devotees are known as Tadiya, energies, and worship or just trying to please the devotees is even above the worship of Lord himself. And Lord himself states that one who claims to be my devotee is not a devotee, but who is devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that our goal is to become Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Das Dasanu Das. This is the mode of our acharyas, the Lord himself, that he wants us that we should become devotee of his devotees. And right now the text we are reading is one of the most interesting part of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the story of Chitraketu Maharaj and Vritrasura. So I hope all the devotees already know about this story and they have heard from many great speakers on this topic. But just setting a background of this story, so this story actually starts when Chitraketu Maharaj, who was the king of entire planet, he was ruling the entire planet. He had so many wives, but still he was unhappy. He was a devotee, he was a bhakta, but he was unhappy. Why? Because he was not having any son. He had all the opulences, everything, but he was not having son. And it was the duty of a king to hand over his kingdom to his son so that he can move to the next phase of life of Vanaprastha. That is why kings in earlier times were known as Raja Rishi, because they were king, Raja, and Rishi. They were saintly kings. So his moroseness was justified as well, because he wanted a son so that he can hand over his kingdom to his son and he can progress to the next stage of life. So once Angira Muni visited the king, so king welcomed him, he washed his lotus feet, he gave him nice prasad, and while talking, Angira Muni can understand that king is not happy. He's not happy, he's in distress. So when the Muni inquired, king told that he wants to have a son, but he is not able to have son from any of his wife. Then Muni was explaining that it is just fate of person, everything is destined, and we should live with the destiny and try to practice our devotional life. Still, the distress that king was having was present with him. So then king gave the Muni gave a fruit to the king and told that give it to your wife and you will definitely have a son. But there is one condition, that named the son as Harsh Shok. And king, without inquiring why Muni suggesting such a name, he immediately took the fruit and gave it to his eldest queen. And after some time, the king got son. And you all know that after some time, everyone was jubilant the entire kingdom, king, queen, everyone was jubilant, but the co-queens were not happy. Co-wives of the king were envious of the eldest queen because she had son. King was giving entire attention to that queen, and the other co-queens, other co-wives of that king were unhappy. They were envious, and they planned and they poisoned the child, and the child died. King was again in distress, and this time the magnitude of distress was much higher than he was where he was having distress when child was not there. Again, Angira Muni came, and this time Narad Muni was also with Angira Rishi. And when they inquired, so king was actually unconscious. He was just fainting. Whenever he would return to consciousness, he would just faint. Then slowly he was able to hold himself. Then Narad Muni told that, see, this child was the cause of jubilance, happiness, and distress. That's why the name was Harishashok. And you should not lament so much because everyone is soul. And as per the desire of Krishna, the soul transmigrates from one body to another. Still, king was in distress, and then Narad Muni brought the child back to life. And when the child was brought back to life, father inquired, why have you left me, child? Why did you leave me? And the child told that it is not due to my desire. It is just due to Krishna's desire. Krishna wanted, that is why I had you and my mother in this world. But I have had many fathers and many mothers. So as per the will of Krishna, since I am a spirit soul, I transmigrate from one body to another. So my father, please do not lament on my death, because my body has died, but my soul is still alive. And then the body of child again became dead. So just due to the enlightenment of child and Narad Muni, the king understood, and he immediately became detached, and he started chanting the glories of Lord. So once he was visiting Kailash Parvat, and there he saw one amazing scene. There he saw many saints, Babaji, Sadhu, they all had assembled. Many sannyasis were there, and they were listening to a discourse by Lord Shiva. And it was not a normal discourse, where Mother Parvati was sitting on the thigh of Lord Shiva. So just by seeing the exalted position and how Lord Shiva can still speak on such exalted subject matters, Chitraketu Maharaj laughed. And Mother Parvati felt offended. She thought that Chitraketu Maharaj is laughing on my husband, and she immediately cursed Chitraketu Maharaj that in next life you will become a demon. And Chitraketu Maharaj, instead of retaliating, he just accepted it. And he told that nothing happens by chance. It is just because of Krishna's desire. He has some purpose. And for that purpose, he is using me. Similar kind of words Lord Brahma speaks in Brahmo Vimo Lila. He says, Tattenu kampasu samikshamano, Bunjana evatma kritam vipakam, Hridvag vapurvir vididha namaste, Jivetya mukti pade sadaiva. When Lord Brahma is saying that devotees of you, although they are suffering from reactions of their past bad karma, they are being tormented. Still, they are engaging everything. Hrid, Vak, Vapurvi, their heart, their voice, their body in your service. And all because although they are suffering from bad karma, from the reactions of their past life, although they are suffering, still they are engaged in your service. That is why they have all rights to attain liberation. Mukti sa pade daiva. They have all the right to attain liberation. And Chitraketu Maharaj accepted the curse, and in next life he was born as Vritrasur. So it is very amazing. We read in Bhagvatam also that sometimes demons become devotee, and sometimes devotees accept body of a demon. Just like Vyomasur. he assumed, he took the form of a cowherd boy when they were playing. Cowherd boys were playing, and he wanted to kidnap all the cowherd boys. So Vyomasur, although a demon, he assumed a form of devotee. Similarly, Vatsasur, he assumed the form of calf. So sometimes demons accept the body of a devotee, and sometimes it's the other way around, where devotees take the body of demons, just like Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, and similarly Vritrasur. So this story shows that how Lord is making arrangement. That great soul like Chitraketu Maharaj made mistake. He had to suffer, but Lord is protecting his devotee, and in the end, Lord makes the devotee glorious. Just like Srila Prabhupada, he had to struggle a lot. Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. If Krishna wanted, he would have given everything immediately. Still, he got instruction from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in 1922, and he was able to fulfill the desire in 1965. For 43 years, Srila Prabhupada struggled. He was traveling to so many places. He faced so-called failures as well. He started League of Devotees. He opened so many centers. He was trying. He sent his letter to Japan also, where a confluence of spiritualist was happening. Still, his visa was not granted. He wasn't able to go. So he had to struggle a lot. But in the end, Lord protected him and he made him glorious. Similarly, Chitraketu Maharaj made a very small mistake. And it was also not intentional. He meant something else. Still, he was given a curse to become demon. And it is defined that Vritrasur was so ferocious. And when the fight took place between the demigods and demons, all other demons were running away. They were so much fearful of demigods, but Vritrasur was fighting. He was chastising other demons, that what kind of demons are you? What kind of Kshatriyas fighters are you? It is your duty to fight. If you win, you will get heavenly kingdom. And if you even lose, the fate of a Kshatriya is that even if he loses, he gets birth in heavenly planets. So there is nothing to lose. Either you get opulence in this birth, or in next life you get high birth. So just fight. But still they were all running away. Vritrasur was still fighting with all the demigods, and it's defined that he was trampling upon demigods. He was just crushing the demigods. And in the end, demigods were running away. When Indra was fighting, all his attempts to kill Vritrasur were in vain. He even threw his club, which is defined in this verse. It stated that, O king of the demigods, since I, your enemy, am standing before you, why don't you hurl your thunderbolt at me? Although your attack upon me with your club was certainly useless. So your attack with club was certainly useless. Still, Vritrasur had faith that since Lord Vishnu has promised that the Vajra or thunderbolt made from the bones of Dadichi will kill me, will any one of us tell that what will kill us? Ravana was so much fearful. But Vibhishan told the secret. Kansa was fearful of death. That's why he prisoned his sister and brother-in-law. So demons are generally fearful. So much fearful. Ravana was fearful. Kamsa was fearful. Hiranyakashipu was fearful. He applied entire permutation combination so that no one kills him. But here we are seeing a different kind of demon, Vritrasur, who is telling, how will I be killed? How can you kill me? So isn't this just amazing? Although Indra doesn't have faith that this Vajra, this thunderbolt will be able to kill you, because all my other attempts have been a failure. So how can this thunderbolt kill you? So this is the difference between a devotee and a demon. Although Indra is not a demon, but still he has faith on his own abilities. He's thinking that I am the doer. And this is what we are all suffering from. We think that I am the doer, that I am doing all the activities, I am the proprietor, I am the master. But Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Prakriti Kriya Manani Guna Karmani Sarvasha Ahankara Vimudatma Kartaham iti manyate. Just by the influence of three modes of material nature, one thinks that I am the doer, I am the karta, kartaham iti manyate. We are thinking that I am the doer, but material nature is doing all the activities. We are not independent, we are dependent. Every time we are dependent. Arjuna says in chapter 3, I don't know, but still I am engaged in sinful activities, although I don't desire to do them. Against my wish, he is asking Krishna, oh Krishna, please tell me, what is that force that pulls me to engage in sinful activities? And then Krishna tells this verse that Prakriti Kriyamanani Guna Karmani Sarvash, that everyone is dependent and is being governed by material nature. And who is governing material nature? Krishna is governing. He says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhyakshyena Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. Under my supervision, this material nature is working. So we are never independent. We are always dependent on Krishna. So Jiva is always dependent. This truth was known to Vritrasura. But Indra was thinking that I can kill this demon just by my power. Fighting was in the hand of Indra. He can fight. It is his desire to fight. But the result of fight is not in the hands of Indra. It is in the hands of Krishna. Even in Mahabharata, we can see that the Pandavas had 7 Akshani Sena, whereas Kauravas had 11 Akshani Sena. So in quantity, Kauravas were more. Even if we see in terms of power, they had Bhishma, they had Drona, they had Karna, and they had so many great warriors. Whereas on the side of Arjuna, they had very few warriors. Still Krishna was with them. So fighting was in the hands of Arjuna. Krishna told Arjuna, you just become an instrument. Nimitta matra bhavya savyasachi. You just become nimitta matra. You just become an instrument in my hands. We have seen instruments in the hand of surgeons. So whenever he is operating, he knows what he is doing. So Krishna knew. He says in Bhagavad Gita that all these kings have been killed. By my influence of time, Kalu Asmi, everyone is killed. You just have to become an instrument. That's it. So this truth was known to Vritrasura. And he knew that he would be killed by Indra, and that Vajra, which is made from the bones of Dadichi, will kill me. Because Lord Vishnu himself told to Indra. But Indra was doubting whether that thunderbolt be able to kill Vritrasura or not, whether I'll be successful or not. So this is the difference between a devotee and non-devotee. Non-devotee thinks on his own capabilities, whereas a devotee thinks on the capability or mercy of Lord himself. So he was thinking that Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that karmane vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadacha ma karm phal hetur mate sangastva karma. We should do our duty. We can do our duty. But Krishna knows what is best for us. Sometimes people go to demigods, they worship demigods. They have so many desires from demigods, they ask for certain boon. And if someone is performing any sacrifice towards demigods, then they are forced to give the result to the worshipper. But Krishna is not forced. It is Krishna's desire. Krishna sees whether my giving of certain gift of fulfilling desire, will he help in will that help in for that person to progress in bhakti or not? It is just like our relation with parents and uncles and aunts. If we want any chocolate, if a child asks for chocolate from his uncle or aunt, they will give. Okay, it's fine. We will give him. But our parents, they know whether it is beneficial for us or not. Uncle and aunt are kind of obliged. They will give. They might even give without thinking. We went to them, okay, they'll give. But our parents, they know what is better for us and what is not. So they will definitely give us whatever we need. But they will give us at the right moment. So Krishna will fulfill. We can just do our duty. But Krishna knows what is best for us. Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna tested me 2 times. One, when he took everything away from me. And second, when he gave everything to me. Once there was fire in Srila Prabhupada's factory. Everything was burnt. He was under so much debt. At that time, Krishna tested Srila Prabhupada. And later he got 108 temples. Thousands of followers who were ready to even commit suicide if Srila Prabhupada desired. But Srila Prabhupada knew he was a perfect surgeon. He knew what service has to be given to that devotee. And devotee is equipoised in success or failure. So devotee knows that I can only do whatever I can do, but result is not in my hand. Once I was hearing lecture by His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj. So he was telling in that lecture that once a person came to Maharaj and told that, Maharaj, I have been trying so hard to succeed in my exams. Other students are engaged in eating, they are drinking alcohol, they are doing intoxication, they are going out for movies, they are doing everything. And I, being a devotee, I'm not doing those things, and even studying during night. Still I failed. So why Krishna is doing such thing to me? And Maharaj started laughing in front of the devotee. Maharaj was laughing. And the devotee asked, Maharaj, what kind of well-wisher are you? I am in distress and you are laughing. And then Maharaj told that Krishna is just testing you. Krishna knows what should be given, when should be given. So Krishna is just testing you. Just depend on the mercy of Krishna. Everything happens by the mercy of Krishna. And there is a very nice story of a king and his prime minister. So once there was a king who had a prime minister. Both were devotees. King was also a devotee and prime minister was also a devotee. And whenever king faced any challenge, he would consult his prime minister that why such thing is happening with me. The prime minister told everything is happening by Krishna's mercy. So once king went on hunting, and while hunting, it so happened that he got his thumb cut off. So he was in pain, but he knew that pain would subside. But he was in a greater distress. The reason was that he was a king. Everything in life of king should be perfect. He should look perfect. But now his body was not complete. His thumb was missing. So he was just thinking, what will other people think about me? And he consulted his prime minister that why my thumb is cut off? What have I done that this has been cut off? And the prime minister gave the standard answer. It is all everything happens by the mercy of Krishna. King became furious, and the other minister in the assembly told that you should punish this prime minister. He is saying that Lord is not happy with you. So the king thought, yes, this other minister is saying right, and he had imprisoned the prime minister. He had put him behind the bars. He was put in jail, and then he made the other minister as his prime minister. So the king was fond of hunting, so he again went on hunting, and while hunting, there were a few dacoits who captured the king and his new prime minister. So he got captured. When the king was brought in front of the priest of dacoits, he told this person, this king, is perfect for the offering of Devi or demigoddess. We should offer this king to demigoddess. She would be very happy. If we are offering such opulent personality to demigoddess, she'll be very happy. So they started all the preparations. They told king, you should be happy. You are being offered to demigoddess. You are being offered to Devi. You are so much fortunate. But king was fearful because he would die. He would be sacrificed. His throat would be cut off. So they were preparing him. They bathed the king. They put all the scented oils on king's body, and they were just preparing him for being sacrificed to demigoddess. Everything was prepared. The altar on which the sacrifice was meant to be happened, knife was there, person who would sacrifice was there, everything was there. Neck of the king was laid down on the altar, and just at the time when executioner was about to chop off his head, the priest saw that the king doesn't have. As soon as he saw the king doesn't have thumb, he told that he is not qualified to be sacrificed. He doesn't have complete body, so we should not sacrifice him. But his prime minister is complete, so let's sacrifice him. So they immediately placed him, and chapak, they cut off his head from the sword. So king went back to his palace and went to his old prime minister and asked why this happened, why all this has happened. So the prime minister told, everything is because of mercy of Krishna. Everything happens due to mercy of Krishna. Since your thumb was not there, that is why you are alive today. So king asked, what bad misdeed, or why you had been put in behind these bars? Why were you imprisoned when there was no mistake? Then the prime minister smiled and he told, if I would have not been imprisoned, I would have gone along with you. And instead of the other minister, I would have died. So a devotee sees everything that is happening in his life is just because of Krishna's mercy. Everything is by Krishna's mercy. Vritrasur had this belief. Since Krishna wanted Indra to win, so I have to die. I accept my death. Prabhupada is stating in the purport that Vritrasur is telling to Indra that please win, just kill me, so that you can enjoy all the opulence and I can return back to Godhead. Both of us will be successful. So this is success. The devotee says, Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tumar. Whether you kill me, whether you allow me to serve you, whatever you want to do, your wish shall only prevail. And if Krishna is not pleased, we may have so many opulences, we may have good job, we may have very nice house, we may have luxurious car. Everything is like zero. Everything is zero. We may have 100 zeros, we may have 1,000 zeros, we may have millions of zeros, but in the end, the value is zero only. If we have Krishna in our life, he is like one before all these zeros. All these zeros will become meaningful if we have Krishna in our life. If Krishna is not there, then Shram Evahi Kevalam. All our endeavors are useless. If Krishna is not pleased, if we are able to please Krishna, then our life is success. And that is only what a devotee wants. This is what Dhritarashtra wanted. He just wanted that wish of Krishna should prevail. If I am meant to die, then I shall die. Why not accept the fate? Indra was so much fearful of his position. When Prithu Maharaj was performing horse sacrifices, he was performing Ashwamedh Yajna. He had performed 99 sacrifices. When he was about to perform 100 sacrifices, Indra thought that Prithu Maharaj is doing to occupy my position. So he would every time steal the horse. And in the end, Lord Brahma had to come and intervene. So Indra is so much fearful of his position that he's always trying to approach one personality or another. He's just like a normal demigod worshipper. Demigod worshippers have this tendency that whoever can fulfill my desire, I'll worship them. Whoever can fulfill my desire, I will worship. Whether I need to go to any saint, whether I need to worship any demigod, I have to keep any vow, I have to fast, I'll do. But my desire should be fulfilled. Whereas devotee never goes to any other demigod. He just prays to Lord Krishna that, oh Krishna, whatever you want, that should only happen. So, and Vritrasur says also that the Supreme Lord is so kind that he especially favors a devotee not by giving him opulence, but that will hamper his devotional service. Krishna never gives anyone opulence if that opulence will hamper the devotional service. Even Krishna may give some difficulties. Queen Kunti says, Vipada santu ta shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru. Let there be calamities. I should get those calamities again and again. Why? Because you are with us. And just by seeing you, I will never have to see birth and death again. Just by seeing Krishna, we don't have to see. So Kunti Maharani wants difficulties so that she can get remembrance of Krishna. Whereas we are seeing here Indra, he wants to mitigate. He even killed Vishwarup, who initially helped Indra and other demigods to win over demons. So Vishwarup helped. But as soon as Indra came to know that Vishwarup, at the same time, while offering oblations for demigods, he's offering oblations for demons. As soon as he came to know, he immediately killed Vishwarup. So this is the mentality of a materialist. It's not to offend Indra, but Indra is helping us to understand and how we can practice pure devotional service. Anya vilachita shunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam. Without any desire and without tinge of jnana and fruitive activities, karma. So he immediately cut off Vishwarup's head and immediately killed Vishwarup. Indra realized that he has committed sinful activity. He was ready to suffer from the reactions, and he distributed his sinful reactions to 4 things. He distributed his sinful reactions to land, trees, water, and women. So that is why on land we have desert. For trees, from trees we have seen that white sap coming from trees, which one should not take. That is contaminated part. Then from water there are foams, bubbles forming, and similarly woman has to face menstrual cycle. But this is just due to the reaction which Indra had to suffer. So a materialist, he just depends on his own energies. He thinks that my money will save me, my property will save me, my relatives, my nation, everything will save me. But these things are defined as fallible soldiers. They cannot save you. Only Krishna is Achyut. His devotees are Achyut. They will save us. When time will come, when we are about to leave our body, then only Krishna and his devotees will save us. That is why we should have complete faith. As Vritrasur, although in the body of demon, he is displaying all the qualities of a Paramhamsa or exalted Vaishnava. So we should also try to read these pastimes. These pastimes are meant for our purification, for practicing these things in our life, so that we can become purified. What we should see everything from spiritual perspective. That whatever is happening in my life is for progress in bhakti. So devotee is always grateful. Chitraketu Maharaj accepted the curse as a gift. So whatever bad things or whatever difficulties we are facing in our life, we should accept them as a gift. They are meant for a purpose. They are meant for us to become more responsible, more sincere in our devotional life. And how we can develop this is by hearing glories of God, by hearing glories of devotees. How even in difficult circumstances, there's so much in bliss. How they are practicing. We should associate with devotees. We should seek association of devotees. Like this group is very nice. When I came to know about this, I was so much inspired that every day you are trying to meet and hear about Srimad Bhagavatam in morning. This is what Srila Prabhupada wanted. That we should engage, we should hear the message of Bhagavatam. And just by serving great souls. We should try to serve great souls. This is how we can advance, by hearing glories of God, by hearing glories of devotees, by associating with devotees, by serving great souls every day by chanting. These things will increase our faith, as Vritrasur was having such faith in serving Supreme Lord. Similarly, when we are practicing devotional life, when we are doing our sadhana very nicely, when we are doing association, when we are hearing regularly, when we are reading Srila Prabhupada's books regularly, automatically our faith in Krishna in the process will increase. And we will slowly and gradually start seeing that whatever is happening in my life is just by Krishna's grace. So this pastime of Vritrasur is very inspiring. It shows what mentality we should give up by seeing the attitude of Indra. And at the same time, although Vritrasur, being born in the family of demon, although being a demon himself, he was one of the most ferocious demons. Still, he was such an exalted Vaishnava. His prayers are still being sung by everyone. So we can read them, we can meditate on these prayers, and we can derive so much benefit of this. So I would like to thank everyone for giving me an opportunity to share something from Srimad Bhagavatam, from this pastime of Vritrasur, where so many instructions are there, so many teachings are there. Hopefully I was able to serve you. So Hare Krishna. So anyone has some comments or any question?
I have one question.
Yes.
How to please Krishna?
How to please Krishna? So I once heard, how will we come to know that Krishna is pleased? If our seniors, our spiritual master is pleased with us, then Krishna is pleased. Krishna Chaturthi Thakur states, Yasya prasada bhagavad prasado, yasya aprasadan nagati kuto. Just by pleasing spiritual master, we can please Krishna. But if spiritual master is not pleased, Krishna is not pleased. Even we can see in this pastime as well, in this pastime, if you would have attended some earlier class, so there, how this pastime starts is that Indra offended his spiritual master. Indra was accepting worship from everyone. All other demigods were worshipping him. He had a very nice umbrella on his head. Everyone was worshipping Indra. When Indra's spiritual master Brihaspati came, Indra thought, today everyone is worshipping me, so why should I pay obeisances to my spiritual master? He didn't even get up, he didn't even pay obeisances, he didn't even ask to come and sit with him. When Brihaspati saw that intelligence of Indra is stolen, he has so much pride, he immediately went from there. Indra understood, and he understood that I have offended my spiritual master. And from there, this fasting starts. So whether we are pleasing Krishna or not, we can just see whether our seniors, whether our spiritual master is pleased or not. It's similar in spiritual world also. Manjaris are not serving Krishna directly. They are serving gopis. They are serving the primary 8 gopis, Ashtasakhis. And Ashtasakhis are serving Radharani. And Radharani is giving everything to Krishna. Similarly, our goal is not to please Krishna directly. If we are serving our Guru Parampara, then Krishna is automatically pleased. I hope it helps.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madanat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devi Dasi from Orlando, Florida. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. We really enjoyed your discourse, and I'm sure others will also comply with me that we want you to come again, and maybe we can independently contact you, and or maybe once a month you can come and enlighten us with your your discourse. And like you mentioned about Kunti Maharani, so yes, Kunti Maharani is Krishna's bua, and she's coming from this family of Krishna, so she can ask for trouble to remember Krishna, to for Krishna to be there. But somehow we are not in that position to ask for trouble. We already have we're living in a Kali Yuga, and there is so much of we are always, one good news comes and the other bad news comes. I mean, that's what I'm just saying for myself. Dwindling in this situation, and then on top of that, we ask for more. It's not possible, right? So what should our prayers be? I mean, we cannot say that ask for problem, because she was actually seeing Krishna. Because I was recently reading this teachings of Kunti Maharani, and in that, she was so exalted because she knew that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sometimes we lose that faith also. And when he was bound down to her, she was like, I mean, inside she was not liking it, because she knew that materially he was doing it because he's my nephew. But otherwise, she knew his position so well. And in fact, more than Yashoda Mai also, Yashoda ji, who was so much in a different bhav altogether, she didn't want to accept that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But on the contrary, with Kunti Devi, it was like she knew it. At the same time, she had to accept the position of, that in relation that he had to touch her feet and all that. So yeah, so coming to the point, like, I'm just a little bit describing the relationship with Krishna had with Kunti Maharani, and how she can ask, and she was seeing him. But in our situation, it's totally the complete material situation. So and I really like that point you mentioned, that when the problems are coming, then we should welcome them, because there is a point of teaching in those problems. It's not like they have just we have to take an indication coming from Krishna when these problems are coming. So I really like that point, because so much negative we become when our problems come, but actually we have to try to focus more on Krishna when these problems are coming, because the problems are going to take us away from Krishna consciousness. I mean, that's just my perspective. I'm thinking like that. But do you have some thoughts to share on this?
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So if we see from the life of Parikshit Maharaj, as soon as he came to know that he would die within 7 days, he immediately left his kingdom. And even in present time, we can see the example of his Ulnis Kadam Kanan Maharaj. When he came to know that he has cancer and it cannot be cured, he was not in distress. He accepted it. So whether we accept or not, but difficulties will come in our life. but we have to be grateful and we have to see them in with a positive mindset. And again, definitely we cannot pray like Kunti Maharani that difficulties should come again and again in my life. We are not so great. We are not so exalted that we can pray like this. So we should pray that please Krishna, just take me back to Godhead. Like this life should be my last life. I don't want to suffer again. Definitely some service is there. If it's your desire that I should have some service somewhere else, it's your desire. But please take me back to Godhead. I don't want more miseries. I don't want more births. So we are not at an exalted position like Vasudev Dutt in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. Telling that he's telling to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vasudev Dutt is an incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. So Vasudev Dutt says to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I'm in so much distress just by seeing so many people suffering. So give all the sinful reactions of everyone to me and take all of them back to Godhead. So we are not at that position. We should be loyal. We should be honest. We should know the topmost level, but we are loyal. We are honest with our position, and we should pray to Krishna that please, Krishna, I have been here in this material world since so long. So please shower your mercy upon me and take me back to Godhead after this life. So this should be our prayer. We should pray to Krishna every time. And at the same time, we should know what even if difficulties are coming in my life, how should I handle them? We can see so many people are exemplifying it. Just I gave example of His Holiness Kadam Kanan Maharaj. He was in pain. Right? He had pain. Still, he was what we can say. He was blissful. Similarly, Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. He was in so much pain. Whenever people would visit him, they thought that they will try to console Maharaj. Whenever they would come out, they would feel energetic. They would feel so much enthusiastic, inspired to practice bhakti. Because Bhakti Tirth Maharaj had that enthusiasm. So it's very difficult. I know even I would ask for you all to bless me so I can also imbibe those qualities. But it's true that still so many people are there who are practicing. So just by seeing them, we can get those qualities. This is my take on this. Any other devotee they would like to share something?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, wonderful. Like, when we always discuss about especially the calamities connected to Kunti Maharani, we are always, they are all exalted people. You mentioned about Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb, and that time, he came in Uttara's womb to save Parikshit Maharaj. So I think I heard somewhere, maybe some devotee mentioned on the call here, that ever since his name, Parikshit itself, and throughout his life, he was only looking for Krishna only, And when the time came, when the curse came, he was so, yeah, that's a wonderful example. I mean, somebody curses you, you're going to die. So a person like us will retaliate, like, who are you to curse me? Why are you so rude? Or something like that, we will say. And, please take your curse back, something like that. But he accepted it, and he was like, so happy to, just because he felt, yeah, these personalities are so closely connected to Krishna that when the curse comes, that what happens is they think, oh, okay, so now it's time to go to Krishna. Every time they're thinking, now it's time to go to Krishna. And at least I'm just saying for myself, when we say going back to Godhead, we can make the statement, but there are so many attachments right now. We are thinking this should happen, that should happen, a child's education should happen. All those things are running in the mind, but we still don't know when we're going to be wiped out immediately. So those, it's wonderful to hear about Parikshit Maharaj, Kunti Maharani. I mean, they are, and all this is coming from Srila Prabhupada's books. So we're very fortunate to read about these famous, strong authorities. And whenever this distress comes, I'm just repeating this for my own, like after hearing your answer, that, they should be an example always we remember when distress comes, why, and anyway, the distress is not that a big for us. I mean, I think Krishna is very, very merciful in this Kali Yuga that we are chanting the Lord's name, and the distress is not coming like the Pandavas went through. It was terrible, being in the forest, and I mean, so many ways they were put in difficulty. We are just sitting at home, and some distresses are coming here and there. We're chanting the Lord's name and following this process. So Srila Prabhupada has actually saved us. He's our Jagat, in the whole world's Guru. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. It was such a nice class. You reminded us about the prime duty of human life is to not get engaged in temporary material things which will come and go, but to offer this life and offer whatever we have in the service of Krishna. As Prabhu, in the prayer section, like to Rupini Padma Mataji's question, you are also inviting a prayer that said this should be the last one, in body. That was also so nice. So please take me back, or engage in me in your service in the meantime. I remember Shastakam, 5th verse. I am somehow fallen into this material pool. Please rescue me. Please rescue me. And Mahaprabhu, and also substantiated by his example by calling out Krishna, 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 Hey Krishna, Keshav, Pahi Mam. So please save me, please save me. So unless that realization comes that you are in a big, miserable situation, it's very difficult for one to really get attracted to the, and at the same time with devotee blessings, to get attracted to Krishna's lotus feet and see how contrasting there. One side there is distress, is Bhavasagar, is getting one body after the other, getting misery after misery, and all the time fighting with three-fold miseries as well as Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, and getting very little time for Krishna Bhakti, especially in this Kali Yuga of rat race. And then on the other side, Krishna is there as the eternal friend, who has accompanied us, Paramatma, for all through thick and thin, and waiting for us, and we are forgetting that eternal friend. So that's a very nice realization. And then Kuti Devi's, in context with Kuti Devi's prayers, and just extending it a little further, and to say that Janma Ishwar Sita Stivi Edamana Madapuman Naivarati Avidatum Vai Akinchana Gojana. Somebody who only that man who is Akinchana, be it at the material level or be at the mental plane, will be able to sincerely pray to Krishna. So that Akinchana, that mental platform is very, very important. I like your aspiration is so much blissful. I mean, so nice. I agree. Please come to us again, and please enlighten, and please bless us with your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Thank you
Yes,
so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class. We hope that we get the chance to hear you again. So I think we can end the call. Everybody has us. I don't think no one has any other question. So
yes.
if you are agree.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. Such a beautiful class, Prabhuji. We all like your class, and please come more often and give your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Thank you for
So,
inviting.
Chamarasika Mataji, it's like a blessing, because sometimes Rasapran Prabhuji was supposed to give class, and some of the devotees in Delhi and surrounding Delhi, Dwarka and other places, they are so merciful that they say we cannot come, but we are sending another speaker who's very good, So, like we were just discussing today that, any negative news, oh, the speaker cannot come, is also positive in Krishna consciousness. Everything is positive in Krishna consciousness, because then we got a gift of a new speaker.
Yes, Mataji, and thank you so much for bringing so nice new speakers to our
No,
call.
Mataji, I'm not getting, it's all Srila Prabhupada's and Guru Maharaj and everybody's kripa, mercy, and all of you. I'm just somehow, because I'm in association with devotees, somehow anything connected to bhakti, apne aap hi ho raha hai.
Yes, Mataji.
It's not because the devotees here are desiring. So, then Krishna is fulfilling the desire of everyone through our parampara and everyone. Yeah, and I wanted to mention, I think we can close the recording also, like Manita